Jean-David, aujourd'hui, vous nous expliquez
So, Jean-David, you're taking us into the mechanism for financing the economy, the PPP. What is it exactly?
PPP is public-private partnership.
In English, it's PPP,
Yeah, I know.
Private-Public Partnership.
You didn't ask me that question, though, but it would have been a piece of cake because it's easy.
En effet. Well, Madame, Monsieur, bonjour.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the business segment dedicated to the challenge of public-private partnership in Africa.
Partenariat public-privé, de quoi s'agit-il en effet?
The public-private partnership can be considered as any long-term contract between a public entity and the private sector. The public thus transfers to the private sector prerogatives that enable it to design, build, and operate social and economic facilities for a long period of time.
Nous avons le pont Henri-Konan Bédié d'Abidjan.
The Henri-Konan Bédié in Abidjan, inaugurated in December 2014 and built by the French company Bouygues Construction, for example, is the result of a public-private partnership. PPP thus appears as an option for African countries, thanks to the expertise and result culture of the private sector. PPP is able to manage good infrastructure without damaging the fragile coffers of the increasing socialized states. Let's listen to Mark Tessia, a PPP specialist, as he explains this.
Africa is lagging far behind and has a lot of catching up to do in terms of infrastructure. The public-private partnership is only a legal and financial tool in public procurement. It would allow Africa to move faster and to invest more wisely by spreading the debt over time and trying to massively invest. Put simply, if 20 schools had to be built in 20 years, the public-private partnership makes it possible to build those 20 schools in 2 years. But it is beginning to be adopted in some countries, and the leaders must also understand the dynamics of social public-private partnerships.
The
public-private partnership is quite demanding in terms of implementation. Here, rigor and competence are the first requirements. The heaviness of African administrations and the spirit of civil service that often looks at the private sector with condescensions added to the quality human resource are challenges that must be overcome if we are to get the most out of public-private partnership in Africa. Once again, an explanation from our specialist.
You just said it. There's the human challenge. In public-private partnership units, there's the need to train managers in all ministries who will be able to better understand the management of this tool. But first, there must be a change in habits. PPP requires that public administrators need to have things done instead of having control of manufacturing. There's a fear of dispossession on the part of the administrators because the private sector will build and maintain infrastructure in the long term. They will build roads, but with a commitment to maintain them. Roads to be better built when they are maintained upstream. There's a dual challenge of training and changing mentalities. It is a form of revolution.
Well,
public-private partnership, Jerry and Barbara, still have a good margin for progress in Africa, which accounts for barely 4% of PPPs worldwide. This is not the miracle solution to the financing problems of the African economy, but it is one of the best ways to develop the continent, according to the AFDB. But we still have to work to clean up the environment, to minimize the various risks, especially political risks, at the risk of turning an opportunity into a nightmare. Well, this is the end of this business segment. Thanks to the technical and editorial team for this realization. Goodbye.